Hi there, we're going to look at how to move children between classrooms. There's a few different ways that we can do this, and it depends on when we're doing this. So let's look first at how to do it at the beginning and the end of the year. Now at these times, you're going to want to move lots of children either into the same classroom that they were in the last session or into a new classroom as they graduate. So let's go to admin, and you must be an admin to do this. And then we'll go to classroom placement. So let's take a look at this page for a second. What we're looking at here is what our school looks like in the 2016-17 school year. So if you want to change that and look at the next school year, 2017-18, you can do that here. But for us, we just started 2016-17 and we're just getting set up. This graph right here is going to show you what your classrooms look like across age or gender, and if you have dominant language turned on, that as well. So right now let's just look at age, and let's look at our children if we keep scrolling down here. So our children were in some classrooms in the 2015-16 school year, but we haven't yet put them in any classrooms for the 2016-17 school year. So for the most part, children are going to be in the same classroom. So I'm going to just copy over Aaliyah, copy over Avi. Abner just joined the school in the summer, but he's going to stay in that classroom. And Albert was in toddler, but I'm not going to copy him to the same classroom. I'm going to actually move him over to the primary classroom because, as I can tell, his age is 4 years and 8 months, and he's definitely toddler age this school year. Alex is still in elementary. Alice, actually, she did graduate as well, so we're going to put her in elementary as well. And click copy on Anthony's as well. So as you can tell, all I do is I just hover over a child and figure out where I'm copying from and click the copy to change their classroom in the current school year. And then if I want to change from that to something else, I can always come here and say, you know what, Abner's leaving the school, so I'll leave it blank. And that actually says that this school year he's not actually in a classroom. And that all works. So this is a really great place to do all this. As we did this, we're updating this graph. So for example, if I were to move Aaliyah from primary to elementary, you'd see this graph change and her move from this classroom over to this classroom. You can use this as a tool to figure out where you want to put new children, for example, or if someone's graduating, which elementary class, for example, you might want to put them in order to maintain a good age, gender, or language balance. This also integrates pretty well with our online application function, but you'll have to see the video about that to learn more about that. Now, this is great for the end of the year, and this is great for when children are in exactly one classroom. Those things aren't always the case. Sometimes it might be the middle of the year, and perhaps perhaps Albert is going to leave our school. So let's go click on Albert, and we can see that Albert has been in an elementary classroom. He's not currently. He was in toddler in 2015-16, and he was in primary in 2016-17. But let's say it's December in 2016, and he's about to leave the school. So do I want to delete him? And the answer is no, we don't want to delete him. He's a real child. He has history. We want to keep the history because he might come back, or we might be called later on to produce his records for his next school. What we do want to do is we don't want to get billed for him. So the way we do that is we take away simply the year. Now that he's not in the current session, we won't be billed for him, but we'll still have all of his records. And as long as he's still in this classroom, then when I save, when I go to progress for him, I'll still see all of his toddler, elementary, and primary progress on this page. But because he's not in the current session, because he's not in 2016-17, then if I were to go to progress and plan over here, I'm not going to see him here. He's not going to clog up this view. So that is how the two ways, first, classroom placement, and second, just going to a child's actual profile page. That's how to add and remove children and move them between classrooms. So as always, if you have any questions, please just click up here on the question mark and we'll help you out. Thanks a lot.